Hello students, welcome to the channel Social Science with Dipankar. Today I have brought before you the questions which are most important questions from geography. तो जो क्वेश्चंस आज हम डिस्कस करने वाले हैं सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस ज्योग्राफी से। सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन है प्लानिंग इज वाइडली एक्सेप्टेड एज स्ट्रेटजी फॉर जुडिशियस यूज ऑफ रिसोर्सेस। देखिए ये जरूरी है, प्लानिंग क्यों जरूरी है उसके लिए सबसे पहले क्या है कि जो प्लानिंग की पार्ट है इसमें हम ये देखते हैं कि प्रॉपर रिसोर्स एलोकेशन कैसे हो सकता है। प्रॉपर रिसोर्स एलोकेशन में हम कौन कौन सी चीजें प्रायोरिटाइज कर रहे हैं, व्हाट आर द थिंग दैट वी आर प्रायोरिटाइजिंग लाइक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, हेल्थ केयर, एजुकेशन, राइट। इन कुछ पॉइंट्स में हम इसको आंसर कर सकते हैं। दूसरा पॉइंट ये है कि आप इसमें बता सकते हैं कि जो भी प्लानिंग की जाती है उसमें सस्टेनेबिलिटी का भी एक कॉन्सेप्ट रहता है जिसमें एनवायरनमेंट को किस तरह से कंजर्व किया जाए। मीन्स we would say that our manufacturing or whatever work activities, economic activities we are doing, the amount of damage that we are reaching to the environment, that should be minimized. Okay, so this is very important, and we can also give the example of National Rural Health Mission in this, that is working for improving the healthcare conditions in rural areas by training people, by providing resources such as funds can be allocated to people there. In setting up hospitals or in improving the healthcare conditions, and people can be trained, right? These are the points on which we can answer this question. दूसरा क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर है व्हाट इज लैंड डिग्रेडेशन, डिस्कस इट्स रीजंस एंड आल्सो द वेज टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ लैंड डिग्रेडेशन। तो इस क्वेश्चन के कई पार्ट्स हैं बच्चों। पहले हमें ये बताना है कि लैंड डिग्रेडेशन क्या होता है, जिसमें जो लैंड की क्वालिटी है दैट गोज ऑन डिक्रीजिंग बिकॉज ऑफ many reasons, factors that we have to say, and we also have to give the examples. What are the reasons for the degradation in the land? See, there are various factors which are responsible for land degradation in different parts of the country. Say for example, we can give the example of over irrigation, which is the main reason behind land degradation in regions where agricultural activities are intensively carried out. Okay, and we also see overgrazing is also one of the factors, mining and industrial activities, these are the reasons. Plus we have to also give how to solve the problem of land degradation, the suggestions that we have to give, afforestation plus treatment of water and all that. So whatever ways we can solve the problem of land degradation, we have to write in this. So this is also yet another very important question that you have to prepare. ओके, अगला क्वेश्चन जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है वो है व्हाट इज सॉइल कंजर्वेशन, डिस्कस द मेथड्स टू कंजर्व इट। सबसे पहले हमें इसमें आंसर करना है सॉइल कंजर्वेशन क्या होता है, व्हाट इज सॉइल कंजर्वेशन। वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट हाउ वी प्रोटेक्ट the soil from getting denuded or from getting eroded, right? When the top cover of the soil is removed due to several factors, right? But here we have to talk about what is soil conservation, discuss the methods to conserve it. There are various methods to conserve the soil, okay, like strip cropping, shelter belts, terrace farming, right? All that is there, and we have to give the detailed answers for this question. So this is yet another very important question from your first chapter. So remember this. So far I have discussed 3 questions from your first chapter, and next we are going. The next questions in queue are question number 4. Describe how communities have conserved and protected forests and wildlife in India. बच्चों इससे पहले जो भी क्वेश्चंस हमने डिस्कस किया था वो इससे फर्स्ट चैप्टर से थे, रिसोर्सेस एंड डेवलपमेंट से। ये जो है आपका चैप्टर सेकंड से है, फॉरेस्ट एंड वाइल्ड लाइफ रिसोर्सेज से। ये जो क्वेश्चन है इसमें हाउ कम्युनिटीज हैव कंजर्व and protected forest and wildlife in India. See, there are various examples we can give, like Bhairodako Sanctuary, the villagers of in Rajasthan, they declared some Bhairodako their sanctuary. Plus we have also seen how communities in Sariska Tiger Reserve also they cited the Wildlife Protection Act. Plus we know the Chipko movement in the Himalayas, right? There also the community involvement had been there to protecting the forest and wildlife, right? Beach Bachao Andolan. So these are the various examples that you can give, right? The next question is list the factors which led to the decline in India's biodiversity. So कौन कौन से ऐसे रीजन है जिससे बायोडाइवर्सिटी जो इंडिया का वो डिक्लाइन हुआ है। उसमें आप ये बात कर सकते हैं हंटिंग, पोचिंग, प्लस लॉस ऑफ हैबिटेट, बहुत सारे ऐसे आप रीजंस इसमें दे सकते हैं, तो ये भी एक इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है। अगला क्वेश्चन है, राइट 3 स्टेप्स टेकन बाय द गवर्नमेंट फॉर कंजर्वेशन ऑफ वाइल्ड लाइफ। सी गवर्नमेंट हैज डन made many policies, has set up national parks also, wildlife sanctuaries, plus we also know that acts like Wildlife Protection Act, plus many projects also been launched by the government to conserve the wildlife, okay, like Project Tiger, Project Rhino, okay. So these questions are very important. So the children, the other important questions are that I've written over here. What is water scarcity? What are its main causes? सो वाटर स्कैसिटी क्या है, और इसके जो आंसर आपको लिखना है उसको दो पहलुओं पे आंसर लिखना है, एक क्वांटिटेटिव एस्पेक्ट पे और क्वालिटेटिव एस्पेक्ट पे। क्वांटिटेटिव एस्पेक्ट में हम ये बात करते हैं कि जहाँ रेनफॉल कम होता है, या आप ये बोल सकते हैं कि जहाँ वाटर सोर्सेस कम है, राइट। और दूसरा हम ये बात करते हैं, जो क्वालिटेटिव एस्पेक्ट पे बात करते हैं कि पोल्यूशन और जो रीजन रहे पोल्यूशन से और मिसमैनेजमेंट ऑफ वाटर रिसोर्सेज, दैट हैव बीन द रीजन बिहाइंड water shortage, right? So we have to understand that this is also a very important question that we have to prepare. Next question that is very important is, discuss the advantages and disadvantages of multi-purpose river projects. See, we know that multi-purpose river projects are very beneficial. It serves several purposes, like it produces electricity, right? Provides water supply for domestic and industrial uses, plus we know for irrigation purposes, for navigation, various other purposes are there. That is why they are called multi-purpose river projects. And the disadvantages are also many, right? There are geological disadvantages, environmental disadvantages, and socio-cultural disadvantages are also there, because that also, wherever a dam is being constructed or will be constructed, local people, the tribal people are often, they have to move from their place. The displacement of local people, plus we know once deep level boring takes place somewhere for constructing dam, that place becomes geologically very sensitive. So many disadvantages are there. On that you can answer this question. So remember, this question is also very, very important for your board exams. Children, it is not just that I've written down the questions from somewhere and I am telling you all these questions based on my experience only. On the basis of my experience, I can tell you that these are the short questions, especially those for those who haven't prepared well, and even for those who have prepared really well, and those who are the potential toppers. So they have to just go through these questions. They have to make sure whether they have really prepared well for these questions or not. Once they are prepared well for these questions, they will be able to crack the boards, right? So the next question in line is, given the disadvantages of multi-purpose projects, water harvesting system was a viable alternative both socio-economically and environmentally. This is also a very important question. We know that traditionally people had knowledge about rainwater harvesting techniques, and they did not only harvest rainwater, the groundwater also was harvested, plus the flood water was also harvested, underground water and all that. Plus we know that we can also give examples of inundation channels in Bengal, plus in the hilly areas we have the gulls and coals, plus khadins in Jaisalmer. Rooftop rainwater harvesting also was very common practice in Rajasthan. Right? The next most important questions here that I've written, question number 10, describe how modern adaptations of traditional rainwater harvesting methods are being carried out to conserve and store water. This question was, you might feel that it is almost similar to the previous question, but it's different. In this, we have to talk about how in the modern day, rooftop rainwater harvesting is being adopted, rainwater harvesting is being adopted. Like in the city of Shillong, Meghalaya, it has become the most common practice, rooftop rainwater harvesting. Plus, there is a remote village, Gendathur, in Mysuru, Karnataka. So rooftop rainwater harvesting was carried out there. Plus, we know that the example of Rajasthan we can give, wherein rooftop rainwater harvesting has been practiced there. Plus the tankas, tanks in the drier regions of Rajasthan, we can see that there also people in the courtyard had built a big tankas where they can store the water. Plus we know the bamboo drip irrigation is also yet another example we can give, right, for this question. So ये जो questions है इस तरह से बहुत important question है. अगला question है, discuss the features of commercial farming. Very, very basic and very important question we can say, commercial farming, most of you are already aware, commercial farming में जो modern farming methods है जो अपनाए जाते हैं, right? प्लस कमर्शियल फार्मिंग की इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है, जो प्लांटेशन फार्मिंग भी इसी का ही टाइप है, हम देखते हैं कि किस तरह से इट इज़ एन इंटरफेस बिटवीन एग्रीकल्चर एंड इंडस्ट्री, राइट? इसके लिए ट्रांसपोर्ट, कम्युनिकेशन, ये सब इम्प्रूव होना जरूरी है। और हम जानते हैं कि HIV सीड्स, केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर्स, ये सारी चीज़ें यूज होती है, और एक कैपिटल इंटेंसिव फार्मिंग है, तो बहुत सारे फीचर्स है दैट वी हैव टू राइट। नेक्स्ट इज agriculture gives boost to industrial sector. Yes, agriculture provides raw materials, right? And definitely it boosts the industrial sector. Many of the industries are dependent on agriculture for their raw materials, that we can say. If agriculture is if there is a crop failure, or if suppose that particular crop is not there, then in that case that particular industry will also get affected. So agriculture gives boost to industrial sector. We have to understand that this is yet another important question that we have to prepare ourselves for. Next question is, what are the institutional reforms? Very important, I would say. This question is one of the most important questions that I have enlisted here. What are institutional reforms? The policies made by the government are called the institutional reforms, right? And enlist various, see, not just the policies, the programs, or the schemes that are launched by the government from time to time to improve the lot of Indian agriculture. So various institutional reforms like their land reforms, collectivization, plus consolidation of land holdings, abolition of zamindari. We know that Kisan credit card been given, in crop insurance and weather bulletins, setting up of Grameen banks, and many more. We can give examples, right? Announcement of MSP and all that. That also not just improves the lot of Indian agriculture, but also for the benefit of farmers. So this is a very, very important question. Children, you should prepare yourself for these questions. These questions answers, at least you should correlate with the NCERT. In my previous video also I said this. I'm telling you again and again that whatever question that I have noted down over here, you have to find the answers from the book, and I will also provide you after I complete all the subjects important question, then I will provide you the answers as well in the description box. Here as of now I am going to provide you the all those important questions that I have written over here. Those important questions you will find in the form of PDF there in the description box, right? And please do give any suggestion that you want to give, or anything that you think, any question, any doubt that you have, please बिल्कुल भी हिचकिचाइए मत, आप सीधे सवाल पूछिए, मैं आपके सवालों का जवाब देने के लिए तैयार, राइट? सो डियर स्टूडेंट्स, लिस्ट में जो अगले क्वेश्चंस है, अगला क्वेश्चन है इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस है, मैं आपको बताऊं कि इसको भी आप अच्छी तरह से तैयार कर लीजिएगा। यहाँ पर मैंने जो क्वेश्चंस लिए हैं, दैट इज फ्रॉम योर चैप्टर मिनरल्स एंड एनर्जी रिसोर्सेस, ओके? In this, the most important question here is, there is an urgent need to develop a sustainable path of energy development. Give two broad measures for it. As concerned citizens, how can you help to conserve energy? So remember, often the question similar to this also is asked, how to conserve minerals, right? Here we have to conserve energy resources. So as citizen, what are our responsibilities that we have to write? And we have to talk about the sustainable path of development, right? To make sure that energy that we are using is long lasting, it can be sustained for future as well. So this is a very important and high order thinking skill question that you have to prepare yourself for. Next is, minerals are an indispensable part of our life. Support the statement with examples. So this is basically an in-text question from the same chapter, minerals and energy resources. We know that we are solely dependent on minerals, right? Everything that we look around, see around, we see, whether it's car, aeroplane, everything is made of minerals only. Even we ourselves are made up of minerals, right? So human beings have been using minerals for generations, for festivities, for decoration, for their ritual activities, right? Next question, why do you think solar energy has a bright future in India? Yes, it is. Solar energy has a bright future because we have to look for such kind of renewable sources of energy, because we cannot be otherwise. In rural areas we are seeing that, first of all, first condition is that India is a tropical country, right? There is enormous potential for solar energy to be developed. Plus in remote areas, rural areas also, there is a growing popularity there is a craze among people for solar energy. People are fast shifting to solar energy solutions, right? So there is a plus we also talk about the ISA, International Solar Alliance, that we had uh, with France, right? So that also would ensure that we the technology is transferred, and we, being a tropical country, would be able to harness more solar energy. Okay, तो अगले important questions है यहाँ पर है question number 17. The economic strength of a country is measured by the development of manufacturing industries. Support the statement. कई बार ऐसा होता है बच्चों की question जो है वो थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी तरीके से पूछा जाता है, बट उसका आंसर वही सेम रहता है. अगर मैं चाहूँ तो इस क्वेश्चन को ऐसे भी पूछ सकता हूँ, व्हाट इज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, राइट? इसको इस तरीके से पूछा गया है, द इकोनॉमिक स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ ए कंट्री इज मेजर्ड बाय द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज. जैसे मैं आपको बताऊं कि जैसे 33% ऑफ द फॉरेस्ट एरिया, टोटल एरिया शुड बी कवर्ड अंडर फॉरेस्ट. इट मीन्स वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ फॉरेस्ट, right? So it is just that, the question that are written there, it may be possible that the question is asked in a different way, right? But the answer they are looking for is same. I mean, the same answer for which we are asking questions in multiple ways. Okay, so we have to understand the questions very carefully. Got it? इसमें आपको मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की इंपॉर्टेंस बतानी है. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कैसे इंपॉर्टेंट है? एक तरह से एक प्री कंडीशन है. इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट एक प्री कंडीशन है किसी भी कंट्री के लिए. अगर मैन्युफैक्चर्ड गुड्स हम एक्सपोर्ट करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली फॉरेन एक्सचेंज भी आएगा और एग्रीकल्चर पे हमारा डिपेंडेंस भी कम होगा, राइट? तो आप ये समझ सकते हैं कि इसमें हमें मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की इंपॉर्टेंस को बताना है. नेक्स्ट है हाउ डू इंडस्ट्रीज पोल्यूट द एनवायरनमेंट. ये भी बहुत एक बेसिक सा क्वेश्चन है, सिंपल डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है, जिसमें हम थर्मल पोल्यूशन, वाटर पोल्यूशन, एयर पोल्यूशन, उसके कॉजेस और उसके इफेक्ट्स, इसके बारे में बताना है. तो ये भी जो है इन टेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ही है. एक तरह से आप ये देख सकते हैं कि एनसीईआरटी की बुक से आपको ये सारे क्वेश्चन के आंसर्स मिल जाएंगे, राइट? आंसर आप डिटेल लिखने की कोशिश करें, प्लस ये भी इंश्योर करिए कि आप वेल विद इन द स्टिपुलेटेड टाइम के अंदर आप जो है आंसर लिखें, राइट? क्योंकि हमें टाइम मैनेज भी करना है और साथ में जो है आंसर को कंप्लीट भी लिखना है. जितना वर्ड लिमिट है क्वेश्चन का, जैसे 120 वर्ड्स है आपका 5 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चन के लिए, 60 to 80 वर्ड लिमिट है 3 मार्क्स के क्वेश्चंस के लिए, राइट? तो वर्ड लिमिट को स्टिक करें. We have to follow the word limits. At the same time, we have to ensure that we are answering the whole question. Okay. Next question is discuss the steps to be taken to minimize environmental degradation by industry. इसमें जो इंडस्ट्रीज द्वारा जो कदम उठाए जाते हैं किस तरह से एनवायरमेंटल पोल्यूशन को या डिग्रेडेशन को कम करने के लिए, जैसे रीयूजिंग द यूज वाटर बाय रिसाइकलिंग और जो भी ये मेथड्स है इसमें कर सकते हैं. प्लस हम इसमें देख सकते हैं ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ हॉट वाटर प्लस रेन वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग टेक्निक से भी जो है हम वाटर के रिक्वायरमेंट्स को पूरा कर सकते हैं. इसमें एनटीपीसी का भी जो रोल है वो भी आप मेंशन कर सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्या है? व्हाई द शुगर मिल्स आर शिफ्टिंग एंड concentrating in the southern and western parts of the country, especially particularly the state like Maharashtra. See, the reasons are also very clearly understandable. You will find the answers also in the NCERT book only, like the higher sucrose content in the sugar cane, that is also the reason, plus the longer crushing season, the cooler climatic conditions there, that is also one of the factors why sugar mills are shifting there. Plus we also know that cooperatives are more successful in the southern parts of the country, right? So these are the questions. In all, I've written 20 questions. I'm going to enlist all those questions and write them down. I'm going to write these down in the description box also. You will find the link there in the description box. You will find all these questions. Okay, prepare these questions, especially my message to those who haven't prepared well, plus those also who are actually looking for scoring well in the social science. At least they should not ignore these questions, because these are the most important questions, because it is based on my experience only. I can tell you that these are the short questions which are most likely to come in the exams, right? So please be prepared, be very careful, understand the questions also carefully, and then answer the questions keeping in mind the word limits. So this is it for now. I'll come up with another video on economics. From economics, I'll be giving you most important questions, right? So thank you so much for listening to me. Please do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.